Okay. All right.
Marvoy, we good, buddy.
Almost done.
I
We're
know.
good.
Okay, but right.
Hi there.
I'm a bad person. Okay. All right. Take it away, Forma.
Is it Tuesday, September 16th? Oh, that's not a presentation.
Good night.
I was trying to be nice to you guys, translate it.
Hi there. I'm Iro from FORMA Technologies, and I think that the best thing about us that unites us is our team, so I will start with it. So Georgian and Edward have been in health and wellness industry for more than 10 years. And with our CTO, Guga, they have built the fitness application that has scaled in 4 countries. That's also become the #1 app in the region. I myself lead the largest business angel network here in Georgia, and I bring the investor and corporate network across Central Asia, Caucasus, EU, and together we have fundraised more than $2 million USD till now for the different projects. The problem that we could not really get away with is that the half of the office workers and employees spend at least 6 hours sitting per day, and 70% of them are very inactive physically. One in every three,
judges, by the way.
One in every 3 burns out. One in every 3 burns out every year. So there is a very big loss for the companies of 300 billion annually. And that's why we created a movement ecosystem for that, which unites a walking pad that you see here and also an application which is gamified, which brings in the challenges and also the reward options for the HRs that also have their own dashboards and have their own ecosystem of analytics there. We say that we do not invent walking, of course. We are productizing something that the research says is already there, which is team challenges, incentives for the employees, and also movement in more of a non-very active stuff, such as emails and calls and etc. We do not produce the hardwares. We are not the manufacturers, but we unite our powers together with the manufacturers that work together with brands such as Adidas, Xiaomi, Reebok, and so on. Our pads are way much smaller than this, and they are more affordable and plus super silent. Companies pay $250 for the hardware, and then we bring them to the subscription-based model, which means that they pay from $3 to $9 USD per employee per month, which brings our ARR and also monthly and annual recurring revenue. The market is huge. From 60, it's growing to 95 soon in 2030, and we try to capture those companies in tech, finance, and customer operations that are in our target countries and in our target segments, and those are more than 200,000, and they employ more than 32 million people. What is our competitive edge? The competitive edge is that none of our competitors deliver actually the group activities within the teams, deliver the whole ecosystem of the pad dashboard and ecosystem and application for the employees of the company. We have already deployed 50 pads in those countries that you can see, and we have great results of 1.5 plus hours and 4,800 more steps done by the employees of those companies that we've deployed it. Here are projections, 800,000 in the first year with 75% of recurring revenue and reaching more than 10 million in 2028 with already adding the B2C and reward placements for the brands. This is how the budget usage looks like with the software development, of course, of the application, hardware, and marketing to work together with our partner companies. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. That was like really fast. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, so it sounded like you're operating in Europe now, or
I'll go there.
Where are you?
Yeah. So here are the pads that were deployed, that were actually sold. But we have deployed even more, but I have not written them in here because, well, they were not sold and we didn't make money on them, but we tested quite a more a bit. So 50 pads were deployed in those 3 countries yet. With the companies, I can also say some, with the companies in Uzbekistan, there is GITA that is working on the IT mostly. In Georgia, we're working with one of the legal companies, which is Prime Legal, and also in Germany, we are working with Consulting 68, that's the name, that usually do like IT consulting and tech consulting for the companies.
So you guys have software and a hardware.
Yeah, we are, so I call it an ecosystem. The ecosystem under which is the hardware and then the application. Application is one thing for the employees themselves, which register there with their own emails, and it's IT heavy, it's like free of IT heaviness, I would say, which is a good thing for the HRs, not to go into that burden because they already have a lot of softwares there laying on their tables. And we unite, and On the other side of it, HRs have the dashboard of how much miles or kilometers their employees are going to cover, how much are they going to work, and how much movement they will have.
And then this, I assume somebody else makes this.
Yeah, we're not manufacturing it.
You're just putting your label on it, right?
Yeah.
You're just putting your label on
We're
it.
We're not
Okay.
only putting the label, but we have together with our partners, which is My Do Sports, we have worked together with them to manufacture this kind of exact hardware. We met them in Germany on FIBO, which is a big exhibition of that kind of companies, and we were there for that purpose. We found them and we tried to work it out as we wanted to actually work for the companies. It has different features, but this one is the first one. We keep it as our trophy, so that one wasn't sold, and that's just our first MVP or prototype.
What is the price of the hardware?
The price of it, I'll go there. So they pay 250, but we buy it for starting from 55, ending to 70, and it's about the features. Like if you want a desk, you've seen it.
Sorry, how much do you pay? How much?
From
do you pay?
50 to 70 USD is
That's
paid
it
in
for that?
For per pad, yeah. For per pad, from 70, from 55 to 70. This one was the first one, so the price is not there that much. But now we have worked on the prices with our manufacturers, and that's the price of it. And the price depends on if the company wants desks on it, like where you can put the laptop and work, or if you want an incline that this can like move. But the new ones that we have deployed in the last month are way much smaller. So we try to work on it as much as possible to bring the ideal physical for them.
You guys sell for 250?
We sell, each pad is sold
Right.
for 250.
And then that's the software.
That's the
subscription.
software that we
Okay.
bring in per employee per month. And from 3 to 9, well, it of course differs depending on how big the team is.
You're selling to companies rather than selling to individuals.
Sorry?
You sell to companies.
We sell to the companies, yes. We sell so our main sector is B2B for now, and we think that it's going to stay like that for 2 more years.
That's great. I think that's much better than B2C, I think.
Of course, I agree.
Before we change the subject, recommendation, instead of individually, I would go like, let's say 50, 100, 150. You guys going to generate more revenue than sell individually. Okay, just before we change. Move
So
to the-
it's not on the table yet. I mean, the app is not ready yet. That's what we need the money for in the very beginning. So that is one of the business models that we think is gonna work. But we of course have different kind of scenarios of the business model that we will be offering to different kind of companies. And whatever works best, then this is something that we'll be leaving. So yeah, of course, I'm not going to say now that that's not something that we tested. So that business model is not the final yet.
Interesting. One thing I want to share with you guys, like first time I saw this with Larry Page's house, in his office.
Oh, really?
That's exactly as a huge desk, huge screen, just like this kind of setup. So instead of 5 people, it was like 1. But he was using the Woodway, like small Woodway has a big ones, but like they have a small one. I didn't know they were a small one. So. And I got so curious. So that's good job. Like this is needed actually, especially for people actually spend hours and hours sitting down.
Excellent.
But so the theory is,
it's very cool.
I could choose. Okay, first question: implementation. Implementation. How many companies have you talked to, and what are they telling you in terms of how many pads they want and how many employees they're going to sign up? How is...
Okay, so the company number that we have been in touch with, the first companies that we have onboarded, being also super honest here, is from our own contacts and those kind of companies that we have collaborated with different businesses, and both my partners have collaborated with. We have talked to around 100 more companies on our market, also in Uzbekistan and in Germany. In Uzbekistan, I individually have very good contacts, and that is also what we're mostly using. So 100 companies, and there are more that are waiting for the pads now that we have already ordered and are on their way for our clients too. So yeah, if that did answer.
Is 50 pads deployed mean 50 companies? Or
No. It's 50 pads. It's 50 pads.
Right. So how many pads per company is the...
I can give on average, till now, we have 3 pads on average in each company. That's, for now. But we are looking at, on average, from 7 to 10 pads in each company for the future.
Okay. And you've talked to, and I heard you say you've talked to 100 plus companies?
Yeah, 100 plus companies that we've been in touch with, and we have offered the pad itself.
In Georgia and Germany and
Uzbekistan, yeah.
And Uzbekistan. Okay. All right. And so what's the sales cycle for, for getting a company to buy in?
Okay, for a company to get the pad is quite easy. So they order it through us. They pay for the pad itself, and we.
No, but first you gotta. But first you gotta reach out. You gotta qualify the customer, and they've got all of these wellness. Everybody's hitting them with. We can do this to make your employees healthy, right?
Let me quickly go there. So the teams that we are mainly being in touch with, and the companies that we try to keep in touch with, are mostly in tech, finance, and customer operations. So that kind of offices that have people on site. So we're not targeting the companies that have like on-site and off-site employees.
Right.
So, and those 420K companies that you have the number there, that is the big, but in that then we target only those companies that are down there, tech, finance, and customer operations first.
Okay.
So we talked, all those 100 companies were in those target markets that I mentioned. And how the sales cycles work is that we outreach them through our own contacts.
Okay, but it's HR? Is it or the CEO?
Well, it really differs. In Uzbekistan, it's CEOs. In Germany, it's HRs, and in Georgia, it's a mix of HRs and CEOs.
So before you go outside, like I'm so curious, actually, like what do you guys do locally? Like probably to me, it's like easiest way to get as much information as possible, and really kind of sharpen your net. What's next? Like instead of dealing with Uzbekistan, Germany, flying, and all that. So. What do you guys learn so far in Georgia?
We've learned so far that, let me go back to the numbers if it's somewhere here. So these are the numbers that we have. And as I said, we cooperate very closely with the HRs. And they also with us, one of the companies did this team incentivization gamification process. And this is how we reached, for example, this 4,800 steps in several companies with the incentivization.
How it translates to sales.
How it translates to the sales. In all those companies, these were already sold. So that's the first sales cycle.
But numbers is just only 50 pets. So that's why, like, why?
50 pets have been sold.
Yeah, but why not more? So this one's
why not more yet? Because we started it only 2 months ago, and we're still in negotiation. And we started like actually working with our manufacturers 6 months ago to keep it as silent and as small as possible. And in the last 2 months, we started like selling actually and deploying actually the pets. So that's usually mainly the reason, because we just started it, and it hasn't been a long time.
And the 50 pads, are they beta customers, or do you consider them to be?
All those companies were first beta customers, so 50 paid apps, but there are more apps that we have deployed before when we started testing with them together. So the first test pads were totally free for everyone, and we're doing everything from our like small investment. And then those 50 pads were something that they were willing to pay, and they did pay, because that was way much better, was more silent, was smaller.
Okay, but then to get to $800,000 next year, how many companies do you have to close? How many pads do you have to put in place? How many employees do you have to sign up?
The companies that need to be closed for the next year, and which is our main milestone, is 110 companies. From that 800,000, 600,000 for the next year is already a recurring revenue, which is coming from the subscription and not from the pets itself. So for those the pets that should be sold is worth of 200,000 USD, and there should be 110 companies there. And if those companies have at least 50, 55, 60 employees, then this is the thing that we're going to be reaching this 800,000.
Like 2 other things I want to say. I want to hear about competition, and second thing is with regard to pricing, because of the margins. Of course, like good margins are great, but for startups like you, it's about deploying as many pets as possible and then focus on subscription. Okay, so because I think you guys can do a better price, even though it's B2B. I understand companies can probably pay more, but it's, so there's just a comment. This my observation, because I invested in in similar space, but also I want to hear about competition, because
so the competition is that there is still. I do not really love to say that, but there is no exact company who is doing the same thing, so we don't have any direct competitor who is uniting walking pets with an application and then HR dashboards. But of course, there are other walking pets that companies can buy and just have in their own offices, but that won't bring any data, any analytics to the HR, and they cannot understand if the employees are using, and that's just going to sit in the dust. So our aim is to bring as much usage to the hardware itself as possible. And of course, there are apps that bring wellness and health into the companies. For example, there is this Benetify app, which was the name of it was Pulse before, so they now rebranded. They're also bringing different kind of health benefits into the companies, but that is only an application that only an employee is using, and actually the HR is paying for the employee to use the application, but cannot track anything inside of it. So, well, that's something that everything might exist on the market, but our unique value proposition is that we unite everything. And also a very quick answer about the price of it is that still it's very low for the market. These things are very expensive still. And the gross margin for us is around from 50 to 55% because we also have to do the shipping. So it's not only $50 that it costs.
Do me a favor. Reach out to me on LinkedIn. I think I can help you guys, so guiding, because like I said, I've done a couple of investments in, in smart dumbbells and those kind of things. So I have a really good understanding what worked, what didn't. So more than happy to share with you guys.
Thank you so much. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Wait, hang on.
Whoops.
Come back.
Come back.
Okay.
Yep. Because oh shit, where are they? Hang on. Here we are. You win a book.
Oh, wow.
Because, for two reasons.
See, you could have done
One,
that,
because
man.
Thank you so much.
you were the only
Thanks.
presenter today to bring in a prop.
Thank you so much for
And then
everything.
the other thing, let me finish. The other thing is I felt like you were really candid with your answers. And
Thank you
that's
so much.
always
Good
an
job.
awesome
Great
thing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.